Hi everyone, welcome back. My name's Tisdale. I'm a part-time reseller on places like eBay and Poshmark, and today is What Sold Wednesday. The dates that we'll be going over this week are Monday, July 10th through Sunday, July 16th, and I only had a total of 7 sales, and 3 of those were from eBay and 4 were from Poshmark. So pretty slow week in terms of quantity. It wasn't too bad in terms of actual sales and net profit, but we'll go ahead and get into that now. On Monday, July 10th, I only had 1 sale and it was on eBay, and it was this Peruvian Connection floral shirt. It was just a basic long sleeve shirt. I've actually never had Peruvian Connection before and got this one in a case that I just got a couple weeks ago. This item was only listed for less than 24 hours. I believe it was within 6 hours or so, maybe less. It went really fast, and it went international, which is great because there's generally never returns on those. So I paid $13.54 for this item, and it sold for $39.75. On Tuesday and Wednesday of last week, I had a donut day. So there were 0 sales for both of those days, which was a bummer, but we will continue and move on to Thursday. So on Thursday, July 13th, I did have 2 sales. One was on eBay and one was on Poshmark. And this was actually my first Poshmark sale in like 5 days or so. I don't know what was going on, but between the week before and up until this point, I had like 0 Poshmark sales if you actually looked at that time span, but glad to finally get Poshmark going again. And the item that sold for me on eBay was this Tailor Stitch, which was a new to me brand. It was just this basic navy blue wash polo. And this was another item that I got in that same case that I got the Peruvian Connection in, and it sold within 24 hours to maybe a day. Both of those items sold super fast, which was amazing because I got that case and was a little overwhelmed and I wasn't sure how things were going to sell. So far so good. I did only pay $1.90 for this item, and it sold for $35.60. This item was a little cheaper. When I bought a bunch of different cases, they kind of all cost different amounts, and the Peruvian Connection one was in a more premium box, which is why it had the higher cost, and this one was in a lower price box, so the cost of goods was way lower on this one, even though they had nearly the same sales price. And then on Poshmark, the only sale I had this day was this Adriana Goldschmied jeans. I had these for about 9 months, so not too bad. I am trying to be a lot more picky when I pick up Adriana Goldschmied jeans anymore. It seems like the Farrah are the only ones that sell. Even though these were the Farrah, they still took 9 months, which is a little bit longer than I would like to hold on to items. But I picked these up for $10.79, and they sold for $30. Moving right along to Friday, July 14th, it was another 2 sale day, and again, one was on eBay and one was on Poshmark. The item that sold for me on eBay was this set of 3 Bath & Body Works, the Wallflower refills. This scent was called Saltwater. I picked up a box of these with various scents in them. They're all brand new with tag a couple months ago, about 5 months ago, I guess, because that's how long it took for these to sell. And I hadn't sold any of the other ones, so they're definitely not fast flips, but they were really inexpensive. For this set of 3, it was only $1.67 whenever I divided out all the ones that I got. And they sold for $25.65, which isn't really too bad. It took 5 months, but they're really small to inventory, so those kind of items I don't mind sitting on for a little bit longer, but obviously the faster the turn, the better. And then on Poshmark, I sold this Doen. It was the L'Oreal Cardinal Cherry maxi dress. These Doen dresses are so pretty. I did have it for 5 months. It was the first time I had actually picked up one. It was online arbitrage, so I did pay up for it at $110.99. But it was a brand that I wanted to try out, that the likelihood I find it out in the wild is very slim because I have yet to do that. So it was just a brand that I just wanted to try out, and it took 5 months to sell, which isn't too bad. And it did sell for $199. So after fees and cost of goods and everything is taken out, I made about $46 profit. For me, I find that more expensive items tend to sit a lot longer, and I'm usually fine with holding on to them for longer to really get the full price. I think this one I had listed maybe at like $250. I can't remember, so I did take a little bit of a discount. So 5 months, about $46 net profit isn't too bad. I will probably look to pay a little bit less as far as the cost of goods on these going forward, but glad to have gotten the piece and been able to try out the brand to really see how it does. Of course, like most brands, it's going to be piece by piece basis or style by style base, so always check those comps. On Saturday, July 15th, it was another donut day, so 0 sale day that day. I know it was a rough week. But jumping right into Sunday, July 16th, I had 2 sales and they were both on Poshmark. The first item to sell was this Iro, I think that's how you say it, it's IRO, surplice, like black mini dress. I've had this one for 13 months, so it did take quite some time. I have a couple different Iro pieces that it really depends on the style. Again, like I said, most brands. It's a really expensive brand, but the turn can be a bit slow on this. Again, this took me 13 months to sell. I did only pick it up for $9.74 and it sold for $55. And the last item that sold this week were these Billabong denim shorts. They're just your basic denim shorts. I think they did have some distressing. I did have these for 4 months, which isn't really too bad. I knew these were going to be a very low price point, but I only paid 82 cents for them just because I thought they would be just a nice little addition to add to my closet, a low price point to add that should turn pretty fast, which I was right, 4 months is not bad. They did only sell for $10, so the net profit is not great, but them turning within 4 months and it being the right season and everything, I'm not mad about that. So wrapping it up, my total sales for those 7 items last week was $395. Thanks to that dough and dress, definitely brought that up a lot. My profit after you take out fees, shipping, cost of goods is $154.65. So not the best week. I definitely thought we were going a little bit more of an upward trajectory after last week's What Sold Wednesday, but we're still going to keep pressing on. It is just the ebbs and flow of the business. It's something that if you're going to do, you have to be okay with and kind of look at the whole picture as far as your growth. Weekly is good to look at to see if you need to make some changes, but really you need to look at that monthly and even the quarterly, you know, what you're seeing. And the more sales history you have as far as what you did last year and the year before and that kind of trend, that's always very helpful. That is where I personally get a little bit frustrated where I'm at right now, because last year I did so good, and this year it's been a bit rough. A lot of that again has to do with myself taking a bit of a break earlier this year and trying to ramp up right now. So I'm going to just keep doing what I'm doing and pressing on. I think the sales will start to follow. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope this video was helpful, a little bit insightful. I hope your sales are doing amazing, and I will see you next time.